So by now you should have worked out your numbers, and if you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description above and you can click on that, get to number 1, and then just catch up with us on video 3. Now you've worked out your numbers, you've taken a massive step towards building a better and more profitable business for you and your family. Because this is not just about numbers on a page, it's about getting out of that place where you're busy all month, quoting work, winning jobs, and doing all the right things, but you're still wondering, where has your money gone? And moving towards a business that gives you more profit, more freedom, and a lot less stress. If we've not met before, I'm Trevor. I help self-employed painters and decorators stop feeling like they've just created a poorly paid job for themselves and start building a business that gives them more profit, more freedom, and a lot less stress. Right, let's get into it. Mistake number 1. A lot of painters and decorators still use their old pricing habits like a comfort blanket. Now, this happens all the time. We've done the right thing, we've sat down, we've worked out the numbers properly, and we've finally got honest about what the job really needs to be charged at. And then comes that awkward bit. You know, the moment, the time we actually have to put a price on the paper, and that's when it usually starts. We have that conversation with ourselves. You know, I can't charge that much, so we knock a bit off. We round it down. And then we tell ourselves, they're never going to pay that much. Then comes the classic line, it's all right, I'll just make up on the extras. But if we're honest, that's not really what's happening. What's really happening is we've seen the truth, but we're still more comfortable pricing from our old habits. And it's a bit like turning up to do an outside job, do no prep at all, and just whacking on a coat of gloss. We know that exterior woodwork needs sanding and it needs a good lot of prep before you actually get to the final coats. We also know that if we do go about it like that, the finish is never going to last. It might look all right for a while and it may look good from a distance, but sooner or later it's going to fail. And that is exactly the same as your business. Working out what you should be charging, that is the prep. That's the groundwork. That's the honest bit. But if you're too afraid to actually use those rates, you're going to keep falling back into the old pricing habits, and it might seem all right for now, but in the end, it's going to fail. That's what underpricing does. It keeps good decorators stuck in their old habits, old thinking, old levels of income. You'll stay working hard and you're going to stay busy and still wondering where the money's gone at the end of every job. But here's the thing. Even when decorators stop doing that, there's another little niggle that is quietly eating away at the profits, and this one catches a lot of people out. Mistake number 2 is only thinking about the job and not what happens around the job. And this is a big one, because when decorators price a job, they think about the obvious bits first. How many days it's going to take, what materials you're going to need, and maybe, you know, if it's a bit fiddly or a bit awkward, or the customer's a bit of a pain, you're going to add a little bit extra on. But what gets missed is everything around the job. Your quoting time, the travelling time, your fuel, the admin, phone calls, messages at night where you're sat watching telly, runs to the suppliers, cleaning up after the job, loading up the job, loading up your van. All this dead time between jobs. And all these little bits that don't look like much on their own, they quietly add up over the days, the weeks, the months, and that invisible time costs money. But that's where a lot of decorators get caught out, because they price for the visible work but don't bother so much about counting for the daily invisible costs. And this is why a quote can look all right on paper but still not leave enough at the end of the day. This is the bit loads of decorators miss. They think the problem is the main job where they're losing money, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes the real problem is all the time and expense wrapped around the job that never got added in the first place. Applying the paint gets paid for, but all the admin stuff doesn't. And when that keeps happening, it creates that horrible feeling loads of decorators know well. You've been busy, you've worked hard, you've done a full week's work, but the money just doesn't seem to feel right. And that's not because you didn't work hard enough. It's not because the customer stitched you up. A lot of the time, it's because the gaps around the job were never priced properly. And if mistake number 1 keeps decorators stuck in old pricing habits, Mistake number 2 keeps them stuck in the hidden costs decorators forget about. But even when you fix both of these, there's still one more thing that can wreck the whole lot. And this one is something no one talks about enough. Mistake number 3 is knowing your numbers but not yet having the confidence to stand by them. And this is a massive one, because sometimes the maths is fine. You've done the hard bit. You've worked everything out properly. You know your new day rate. You're happy with the profit you want to make. And most importantly, you know what it costs to run your business on a daily basis. The number's right, but the wobble happens when you have to actually start using this price or this new number in front of a proper customer. And it's when our good old friend doubt creeps in. You start over-explaining and apologising. You start talking like the price is the problem, and the numbers you've worked out properly gets delivered like it's something to be embarrassed about. And this needs to change, because if you don't sound confident in your own pricing, why would the customer feel confident in using you? And this is where loads of decorators lose the benefit of all the hard work they've done. They think once they know their numbers, that's it, the job's done. But it isn't, because the real power isn't in just knowing the numbers, it's using them properly and consistently. Because once you see what happens when decorators finally work the numbers out properly, start using them with confidence, this stops looking like advice and starts looking like an achievable reality. And that's where it gets really interesting. Now watch this next video to see how other decorators have transformed their businesses.